In Activate, a customer can have multiple ship-to locations. First, I want to open up the customer window. Then I want to look up my customer. Then I'll click on the Ship To tab. When I click on the Ship To tab, I will see the preferred Ship To location that is set up. That's designated by this checkbox here. I can click the drop down to see additional Ship To locations I have set up. It's important to note that each Ship To location can have its own contact information. So when I'm on main, I see the phone, fax, email, and other phone number for the main Ship To location. If I switch it to Fort Worth, I see different contact information. If I want to add a new location, I'll click Add, and I'll give the location a name. Next, I'm going to put in an attention if I have that. And then I'll type in the address. It's always recommended that the first line of the Ship To address have either the recipient's name or the company's name. So Activate in this case is going to set the first line to be Mary Smith. However, I am going to overwrite that, and I'm going to put the company's name and their address. I've typed it into this box. Now I also could use the Edit button here to open up the individual address fields and fill that in if I wanted to. Once I put in the address, I should always select the tax category if I'm charging tax. This allows me to set the tax rate for this particular Ship To location. So since this one is out of state, I'm going to choose the out of state option. Again, this will ensure that when I select this location on a sales order, the tax rate is correct. I'll fill in any contact information I have. Now this is good up to this point, but if I have the option to add in some additional information. One piece would be the ship via. Since this is out of state, I may choose to use a different ship via for this, in this case ground. So each Ship To location can have its own ship via defaulted. Now also at the bottom of the sales order, we have the comment, shipping instructions, and special instructions field. Those can be set to default based on the Ship To location. So in this case, I do want to add shipping instructions here. Since we're shipping out of state, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. We have negotiated that we will use the customer's account to ship. Now I also can add in a pop-up note specifically for this location. So here I can enter in a note. It's not very common that we ship to this location, so we always do want to ask if we can ship to one of their in-state locations since it's a little bit closer to us. If I add that note and I want it to pop up, I need to choose the pop-up option. Once I click Save, this location is now added to the list. If I haven't used this location, I can delete it. Once the location is used on a sales order, though, you won't be able to delete it. However, you could uncheck it to make it inactive. One other comment is I can create a sales order from here. Typically, if I create a sales order for this customer, it is going to default to the preferred location. However, if I am on this window and I'm looking at a particular location, in this case, let's say I choose the Fort Worth location and I click Create Sales Order, it's going to create a sales order with that location set up here. Now when I change this, I'm going to use my CA location. I get the pop-up that says ask if we can ship to an in-state location. That's my reminder to talk to the customer about that. And then my information down here would default. I didn't set a default for the comment or special instructions, but I did set a default for the shipping instructions, which is to use the customer's account to ship. Now that I have this location set, I can add my products and click Save and ship it to the customer.